Well, following weeks of drought conditions, nearly 15 inches of rain fell on parts of Avoyelles Parish last week, including the small community of Avoyelles. The community is home to radio station KLIL. As This Week in Louisiana Agriculture's A.J. Sabine tells us, flash flooding there threatened to drown out one of the few remaining independent radio stations serving Louisiana's farming communities.
Among the stacks of CDs and shelves of dusty 45s, Louis Coco settles in for his morning routine.
On the happy voice, the voice of agriculture, KLIL.
That voice was nearly drowned out by more than 15 inches of rain that fell on Moreville in Avoyelles Parish. Rain that turned to flood and nearly took Louis off the air.
I had never, ever seen water anywhere come up that fast. I never realized how fast water rises. Now, what got us was that the water surrounded the building, not just in the front, but the entire yard was filled with water.
In fact, sandbags still sit on KLIL's front porch. You can kind of get the idea from these pictures taken during the downpour. Louis says water even came in the station and threatened his equipment.
I was concerned about some of the equipment in here because a lot of the equipment is in a rack. As you know, you have equipment that is in a rack, and some of the equipment is down at the bottom of the rack. I was a little worried about that. I said, you know, if the water starts coming up, I'd already made up my mind that if the water came in and started getting on the equipment, we were going to go off the air.
Water stains show how bad it was. Coco says it took nearly 3 days to clean up.
We stayed late in the evening, we cleaned it up. The next morning we came back. I got here in the morning, took a vacuum and started vacuuming it up the water again, took more towels, ran fans on it. We did that for 3 days, just almost 24 hours a day.
The water rose so quickly because a basketball clogged up a culvert. However, as one of the last independent radio stations serving agriculture, Coco was glad to see his farmers get out of a drought.
Neil, agriculture-wise, remember, we needed the rain. We needed the rain. It was pretty dry, and unless you had hay on the ground or you were picking cotton or cutting beans that were ready, the rain was welcomed. Now, after a while, we realized that we were in trouble.
Thank goodness his listeners have a next day, thanks to a little quick thinking and a lot of dramatic weather. In Moreville, I'm A.J. Sabine for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Louis Coco spun his first record as a DJ in 1965 when he was just 15 years old. The 6,000-watt radio station can be heard in Alexandria and in Marksville.